Alright, we're here. Alright, great. Oh boy.
What's going on?
Okay.
Okay.
I need.
So,
It's off the charts.
Good question.
Zinker. There's a police officer that is next to next to a school.
Mhm.
The police officer hears gunshots in the school.
Okay.
The police officer does not run in.
Okay.
Did he do something wrong?
This is a real scenario. Happened in fucking Connecticut.
Yes, this is a
yeah,
real
he
thing
did.
that happened.
Few things he did wrong. His obligation to duty, or whatever I think it's called. He had an obligation to do that. To go into the school.
Yes.
As the police officer stationed in there.
Yes.
He also did something wrong in his job description. In addition to that, can I? Oh, please. Oh my God, bitch! Fucking beast guy needs to calm his tits.
That piece
I don't-
attacked real fast. There were several times where I just kept getting
Oh,
hit by it.
I have my sync attack.
You can use that already?
I can. Yeah, I guess so. Alright, hey, stop. Okay. Or don't stop, I guess. Don't
Okay,
stop.
most important
Eat my
question, can you
ass,
fucking
touch
dash?
my butthole tonight. Tonight, I'm gonna fight till I see a goat night. Tick tock on my cock.
I knew that you got the sync
Suck
attacks
it
here,
nonstop.
because like I kept seeing sync attacks happen, and I kept thinking, what the fuck? What are we doing? What cool thing are we doing? How do we keep doing this?
Okay, that's not attacking him like I thought it would.
No, you're really not.
Okay. See, now this attack's kind of stupid. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do about that?
Yeah. You perish. That's what you do. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sometimes in this game you just perish, and that's what you do.
Okay. That attack's kind of like a little annoying. Okay.
This part was
anyhow,
also just really epic
so
with it
now the
when like the
difference
legions
between,
just keeps
the
swapping
police
out.
officer and Metro Man is Metro Man did not have that duty.
Mhm. How do you know that? If working with the police, Zinker, if he's not a vigilante, he probably at some point.
He was not
I
paid?
would assume they probably would
He
have
was
made
not
him take
paid.
it. We don't know that.
Okay, well then you don't know.
He has a lot of stuff.
You're all right, Derek. Your job is to convince me he's a bad guy. You cannot accept. I'm not the one trying. You have to prove it, okay? Me offering something as a possibility, like he could or could not have been being paid for it. Like you have to prove he was being.
Unless the
paid for it.
Zinker, well, okay, he's either fucking being paid. He has a day job they never show in the movie, or he's a thief in his spare time because like his hideout looked pretty fucking lit.
People just give.
That money had to come from somewhere. I mean, he's kind of being paid at that point.
But that
paid
doesn't mean
gifts.
he's on an official job.
I'm just saying,
description at that point. I can't believe
if he's
still
not a
arguing
vigilante,
about
he
the
had to
fucking
have been
semantics of a goddamn Megamind movie. I mean, it's a great movie.
The problem,
but
Zinker, it's less than 2 hours. I think you have to make some assumptions in order to be able to say anything in terms of lore, related to lore about it.
No, you don't. Fucking look at
like-
Game Theory. They almost never do. In fact, there's a Megamind.
You have to
film
make
theory,
some
I think.
assumptions based on real world things, like how I'm assuming they follow real world laws. Like if you murder someone, you might go to jail. You might.
You don't know that.
I don't know if you get a trial there.
You
But
don't
like,
know
murder's
that.
probably illegal there.
You're also assuming people got murdered, which you don't know.
People definitely got injured.
You don't know that either. And even still,
I can't.
it falls on the fault of the motherfucking main villain All right, Derek. Let's put it this way. You're part of a bomb
Metro
defusal
Man.
squad. All right. You're trying to disarm a bomb, and there you have it's about to blow. You have a 50-50 a 50-50 shot of you know, you have two wires. You have a 50-50 shot of it blowing. You don't know which wire. There's no way for you to learn which wire. If you clip the wire and it explodes, is that your fault? Are you the villain? Are you the criminal? Are you the bad guy?
I'm not the bad guy. I don't know if I'm a criminal or not. That depends. That really depends on if. Well, first off, if I have to not die in the explosion, which I'm assuming in this case I'm elsewhere. When like cutting the wires or something like that, or the bomb is elsewhere.
All right. I don't know how that.
That's
makes
really
difference.
for. I feel
Because
that's
you
kind
die
of for.
doesn't mean you weren't
That's
bad.
probably for a court to decide, really.
How was that?
If it was just my negligence, that if
Not
it was just
negligence.
my negligence.
It's not your negligence. It's just there's nothing you could do. You're literally down to a 50-50 shot. There's nothing else you can do. It's going to detonate in 30 seconds, and you have to choose a wire. There's no way to communicate with anyone. There's no way to get this answer.
More likely than not, I'm probably not going to end up being I'm probably not going to end up facing criminal charges for this because it's it'll be a case of like it'll be a case where basically at the end of the day someone says
if you are the villain for the murders you caused by
morally
cutting wire in this situation. Or is it the damn person who planted the fucking bomb in the first place? Which would be the reasonable and logical deduction to any logical or sane person.
Zinker, there can be several villains in a scenario. It doesn't have to be one central villain.
Great. So you are a villain in this situation, in addition to the person who planted the bomb.
I didn't say I just said I'm not. I'm just saying I just said I'm not the villain.
Okay.
You are not listening.
No, because you started to go on about multiple villains in a situation. Hope you live, Matt.
Yes. Because you made it sound like the only one. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I hope so too.
Anyhow, so
I sure hope our heart to heart
so,
doesn't last 10 years.
It's literally the exact same scenario if you're fighting a supervillain. Okay? Supervillain punches you through a fucking building. And that building collapses. That is on the supervillain. You punch the supervillain trying to subdue him through a building, and the building collapses.
Yeah.
That's still on the supervillain. Unless you purposely aim at the building with the intention to collapse that building. Knowing fully well.
Why did I punch him, Zinker? Why did I punch him through the building? Zinker, why would I
subdue him?
You don't punch someone through a building.
He's going to snap his fingers and eliminate 50% of life. You would rather
why can't I punch
take the chance?
Why can't I punch him in a different direction?
Eliminate literally trillions of people instead of doing your best to stop him.
Him a different direction, though.
If that is what you were suggesting, you are in fact a villain because you are actively choosing. You would rather people would die.
Why can I not punch him a different direction?
Derek, you get 1 split-second time making. You don't have all the time in the fucking world to deduce this. This already eliminates all of that based on that. But even regardless of that, knocking him through that building has a chance to knock him unconscious. It will do more damage. Plus, no matter where you punch him, maybe there's buildings all around. If you're in a fucking city, what does it matter which direction you punch him through? He's gonna go through a fucking building if that's how hard your punches are.
Why are we still standing here? We should have left a long time ago. We do not have this kind of time.
Yeah, I know. We are literally just standing here, and he's also like, go without me, but there's a gate.
He's like, come on, please
and
go.
He could literally go with her. There's nothing stopping him. There's nothing stopping him. Yeah, it was funny. Derek messaged me about Max. Man, Max is like a classic Nintendo dad. I hope he lives. I don't have much faith for him because he's Nintendo dad, but
Yeah.
I hope he lives. I had literally just watched
I
the
want to look
man
at what
die.
exactly I said because I was happy how I worded it.
That wasn't exactly how I would it, but it was about something like that. And I had literally just watched Max die. I'm like, yeah.
Oh.
I'm like, yeah, man.
We're talking about our character in Smash, and then I said, Max is cool. I hope he lives. He's a dad in a Nintendo
literally
game,
said,
so I don't
"I
have
hope he
high
lives."
hopes.
I hope he lives. So, alright, here's a question, Derek. Max just sacrificed himself. Max actively chose to kill someone. Is he a villain?
Why? Why are you asking if he's a villain?
Because you literally think people are bad guys for everything. Everything. And you stand
people
by
should be
it
held
as
accountable
rational.
for certain actions. Yes.
So Max is a villain. Is that what you want
saying,
to say?
some people I think are, no, he's not. I'm just saying, in what I've been saying before, you're coming up with dumb situations that don't make sense, and when I give you a reason, any sort of rationale on why they might be, or why they might not be making the best decision, and why they could potentially be held accountable for their actions, you just tell me, well, no, they didn't have the time to think. Well, why do they not have time to think? How do they not have any time to think? And frankly, if you're any sort of hero type in the first place, you should be thinking about people first and foremost. You shouldn't be punching villains through buildings that might have several people just trying to make a livelihood that might get in the way, and possibly get hurt. You should be trying to minimize casualties, and that should be on top of your mind at all points. If you have a second to decide where to punch someone, you should be able to decide.
Derek.
Nope, not that building. Not that building. Feet to the ground. Bam.
Derek, do you understand anything about basic police training?
I know some stuff about it, yeah.
Clearly not enough.
What they're doing not.
Alright, so him making a split set. Alright, Derek, Thanos has gotten all the fucking Infinity Stones. Are you gonna take the time to let him snap? Are you gonna take the time to decide, wait, are there people in that other building? Can I punch him through?
This is different because he's got
Thanos
this is different.
And
this is like
all 50% of all life. You are now responsible for murdering.
Are you gonna run up
of all life.
Zinker, are you going to run up and punch someone who has their finger on a detonator right in front of you in the first place?
Well, if they are going to press the detonator within the next 3 seconds, Derek, yes, in split second, I am going to run straight at the person with a detonator and punch him in the face if I know he's gonna detonate it. If I'm not sure if he's gonna detonate it,
you have a couple seconds, but you have a couple of seconds.
Alright, well then I'm gonna go punch him as fast as I can.
Zinker, let's say someone's covered in detonators. They're covered in buttons that when you hit them, that someone somewhere explodes.
Okay, well,
are you going to just run up and punch them? Or are you gonna take a second to decide, maybe I can punch them and not in somewhere that's not a fucking button?
Okay, but does he have a detonator in his hand that will blow people up?
No, he's just covered in buttons.
Well, then
he
why
might trip,
am I gonna rush him and punch him?
The moment you came back through the gate.
Clearly, I'm not going to do that because he's wearing a body armor and detonators. In that situation, the split-second decision isn't even to punch him because it's just gonna blow people up, and I'll probably rationally come across that.
No major external.
Zinker, but he's also holding a gun, and he's also slowly raising a gun. He's raising it it's gonna take him 3 seconds to raise.
I don't have a gun.
I know
you're not gonna run. You're not gonna try to punch him
in that situation.
You're not gonna try to punch him somewhere that's not a button.
No, Derek, he has a gun. I'm going to run. He has me beat. I have fist. He has gun. I'm going to die if I try and fight him. Now, if he has his hand
Okay, you
on
all
a detonation
Zinker.
button, like he's going to explode something, I'm gonna risk the punch as fast as I can before he presses that goddamn button and explodes someone. All right, but not every decision.
There's no risk to you, but there's still a risk to you in the case of Thanos snapping.
In the case of
You could
Thanos
be half
snapping,
the people.
Yeah, he could snap half the people. That's why I'm going to punch him from
Yeah,
the
that
building.
includes you.
What did you say?
That includes you. What I'm saying is, the reason you're not punching the guy with the detonator is only because, or the reason you are punching the guy with the detonator but not the guy with the gun is only because there could be harm to you in one situation, not the other. In the case of Thanos,
No?
though, you're still in harm's way.
That's not why I'm not punching the guy with the detonators. I'm not punching him when he has the gun because he can shoot me. And he's not going to blow anyone up immediately.
He's raising it slowly. You probably will hit him before he raises it completely. But like, if you do nothing, he's going to shoot you. But if you don't, my point is, the gun is just to give you a timer. Where
Okay.
you have to either
Well,
do something,
I'm
you either
not
have
sure
to
what
run
I
or
would
go punch
decide
them.
because it's gonna be split second and it's gonna be depending on how I react. If I can figure out quickly he's covered in detonators, which I'm assuming I must know this beforehand, and that punching him in the wrong place will explode and kill lots of people, I'm probably still going to run while he's slowing the gun, while he's slowly raising the gun.
Zinker,
Even
he's
if I
pulling
could
a
beat him
Zinker,
with the
he's
punch.
covered.
I'm not done.
Zinker,
Jesus. Alright, I'm probably still going to, like, run because he has a gun, and punching was just gonna randomly blow up a bunch of people. Okay? It has nothing to do with harm. In the Thanos situation,
okay, Zinker, how about this?
I know I'm not gonna die because I'm lucky.
Alright, well that doesn't count. That's not a rational thing to just say. It's like,
really
well, I'm just not gonna
rational,
die.
but it's true, and we both know it. So
Not for the but not for this argument though. Not for the sake of this argument. Okay, how about this? Guy covered in buttons. A guy covered in exploding buttons.
I'm gonna sit back and let
is
buttons
slowly raising a
explode.
gun towards a basket of puppies. That's not you. He's raising it towards a basket of puppies.
I let him shoot the puppies.
Are you going to run up and try to punch him somewhere where he's not buttons? Oh, also there's also like a bunch of like people on the other side of the puppies.
Okay.
There's someone there's someone holding the basket of puppies that'll get shot too.
Okay. So
the problem
with the button situation is in the moment I'm not gonna know how much what if I hit a button. Yes, I know it explodes. I know it kills people. Is he gonna kill more people than the people he's aiming to shoot at? I don't know. So I'm just gonna gun it and be like, all right, maybe I won't punch him with the button in the button.
You can punch around the buttons if you're careful.
Okay,
or
but
like
then he takes
if
the
you
time
think
to shoot
if you think about it.
All right, Derek. Let me phrase this question to you. There's a guy covered in exploding buttons. If you hit the buttons, it will explode, killing a bunch of people. He starts to raise a gun towards other people. Not towards you, but towards other people. Are you going to punch him?
I was quite impressed.
He shot and killed someone. He shot and killed someone. He shot and killed someone. He shot
I was
and killed
listening.
someone.
I was listening.
He shot and killed someone.
Shut up!
You're
I
at
was listening to
6.
the situation.
You made it to 6 shots he fired. 6 people he could have killed.
Zinker, I didn't hear the situation completely.
Well, you were too busy listening for the fucking situation. You didn't react fast enough.
No. Stronger.
I didn't hear it. I didn't know what I was reacting to.
Alright, Derek, here. Let me put it this way. The exact situation you just gave me. This is the situation. Basket of puppies. He's aiming the gun.
I went up and I punched him between the buttons.
You hit a button.
Given time and familiarity.
I missed. No, I didn't hit the button. I just said I punched him between them.
And you hit a button. You miscalculated.
No, I didn't.
You did.
The point is, I'm trying to avoid miscalculating. That's why I'm just saying, in the moment, you have to think fast. To say your negligence could cause the lives of multiple people because you didn't think fast. If you take on this responsibility, you need to be able to be held. You need to hold yourself accountable for your actions. and expect other people to hold you accountable for your actions.
But it's not your actions. It's the actions of a villain that forced you to act.
Yes, but your negligence, your
Not your
inability
negligence.
to react in.
You weren't negligent. You made the conscious choice to punch him with the buttons and hit a button, which you did hit, because that knowing your luck.
And
but,
Zinker, you understand how, and you understand how insignificant of time it would take to punch someone a different angle to not go through a building? To punch them downward rather than forwards? And yield similar to, if not the same or better results?
you don't know if it.
Without risking the lives of other people?
All right, Derek. You're point A, point B, row of buildings all next to each other. Point C, in between point A and B, is Thanos, who has just gotten the last Infinity Stone and is about to snap.
Yeah. I run up and I punch him downward. I run up and punch his stupid face into the ground. There's no subway here.
Also, in the time it took you,
Okay.
you're at the equal level of him, so the time it took you to curve upwards, so there's enough force for you to punch him down, he snapped his fingers. Yes, a
Zinker, if I'm
split
throwing a
second
hook,
makes
it's
a
going to take
fucking
the same amount of time
difference.
regardless.
A split second makes a difference. I don't.
I'm saying,
This
I'm
argument's
saying, yeah,
pointless.
it's
arguing with someone who just
to.
you can't. There's no logic applied. There's just no logic.
There's no logic with you.
Derek, you are literally unable to grasp this concept of the need to act.
You can't grasp this concept. I don't understand how you think this is so one-sided. Where I'm the only one that can't grasp anything. You are not grasping anything I'm saying.
I understand exactly what you're saying. You're saying if you act and it causes the death of people, that's on you. Even though you were forced to act by an actual villain who was trying, like, in a situation where you were literally trying to stop 50 trillion people. The first thing on your mind is going to be saving 50 trillion people. Or whatever the fuck number it is. 50% of all damn life.
If you took on the responsibility in the first place.
Because they ignored the police saying, hey, you should evacuate, there's a fucking alien invasion going on, fucking insignificant. If they're even in that building, which you don't fucking know at all, and if they even die, which they might not even. If all those,
Zinker, keep in mind, if
it's not your fault. Just
they had time to evacuate.
It's the fault of the villain.
There's
no debate in this. There really isn't. You had to act
because
he's about to snap his fingers and eliminate all of life. There's nothing. There's no question on this. You were just trying to stop him from eliminating all life. Any deaths that arise from that is on him. Because it is his fault. If he was not doing that, you would not have to act. You would not have to accidentally collapse a building by punching him through it, because there would be no threat to anyone's life whatsoever. There is not a damn court that would side with you. They would think you're fucking insane. Like, actually.
You are naive.
A rational court. No, they wouldn't agree.
What do you think, Zinker? Do you think courts are rational? I'm not saying laws are rational. I'm saying is that
in the case of
I'm
Thanos,
telling you how the law works.
In the case of goddamn Thanos, I don't think there's anyone that's gonna side with him, unless he's that fucking loaded, which he's not. Well, maybe
Thanos is different. Thanos is a different case, Zinker, because Thanos is a much larger scale. Even Megamind, that's a city. That's city scale. That they don't go beyond the city.
I know it's a much larger scale, but it paints the fucking picture. Anyway, that's the end of the conversation. So next time.
It's not the end of the conversation. I had one more thing to go on.
No.